Hey everybody, it's Terry and Leaf Spar here again. Sorry, need a drink. This is going to be a subscriber response video answering some questions. Even if not answering the questions, at least giving you a look in response to the questions that you ask me as far as scale. Does it fit? What does it look like? To some questions that I had in the comments in regards to one or two of the videos that I had for some of the 18-inch doll items that I got directly connected more so to BJDs than to 18-inch dolls. So what I have here is a 46 centimeter, almost an inch, MSD from Episde. This is the Lucian sculpt. I have a 66 centimeter doll Granado Udell, which is the Vendall, and I have got a, I think they're 71, maybe 70 centimeter, also Episde. This is the Chad sculpt here, just so you can kind of see the scale of the 18-inch items that I've got. I'm also going to be trying some clothes on some of these dolls as well, so you can see if they'll fit, how they look when they fit, such on and so forth. So this may be a longer video. Be prepared if you're willing to sit through it. I'm going to start with props because it's going to be easier, probably faster. If you're sensitive to doll nudity, if you can already tell, Lucian is stark naked. I have 0 MSD clothes. Need to place an order. Do something about it. He is mid face up, but his blushing has been sealed, so there's not really a risk there. I've just not finished it. But he also has no eyes in him, and I was not going to do that for the sake of the video, just to have to take them right back out. But if you're interested, current face up state. He, much like his dad, ooh, where is he? Right there. He's got his black tips and his black and brown hair. But he will not be getting the eye spot because he did not get that particular trait, because that is not a bruise. I was asked by, I have notes. One of the questions I was asked by Sharon Harmon, if the guitar would work for MSDs. So this is the only MSD I own. This is the particular size of my MSD, and this is the guitar that I have. Obviously this boy has not been wired, but as you can tell, I'm not going to try to make this guy hold this thing. You can very well see this is a very, in my opinion, slim MSD. I'll let you judge the scale for yourself. I think it's a little on the large size, but I'm not super familiar with guitars. I'm not going to say it looks ridiculous, but that's what it looks like. If you move, I know your question was specifically about MSDs. Another person asked, while I have the guitar out, if some of these props would work for SD guys, which was Marshall Darling. We'll set this guy down on some clothing real quick. I'm gonna grab the Vendall real quick. That's why I love the Vendall. He just doesn't move. I think it looks a little more proportionate for smaller SDs. Can I do this with one hand? I think it looks a little more proportionate for smaller SDs than it would an MSD. And if you move into, this is where it's going to get beastly. $70 centimeters. Visually, it's not terrible. I think it's passable. I would just, ultimately, I would like it to be a little larger and of a different style than this is with acoustic. I don't know anything about guitars. This is just not the style I want for him. But as you can see, you've seen it on a 46, a 66, and now a 70 for the guitar. And if we kind of work our way backwards, I also had a fish tank in that video. I've got it here with me now. This is the fish tank sitting with the guy on his lap. I think this would make more of a like a desk fish tank for a 70 centimeter guy. Ooh, my printer's doing stuff. What else have I got? This is something I've had for an insanely long time. Long before I got into 18-inch dolls, and I have not had it out of my cabinet in forever. This is a grill. I forgot I even had it. This looks ridiculous in my opinion next to this guy. But do behave. Tell him to behave and I drop the grill. Working your way backwards. I mean, you see the hand next to this thing. And MSDs. It fits just fine. You know, small hand. It's, you know, in my opinion, super very appropriate. Because with MSDs, you start getting into that, they're almost identical to an 18-inch doll in height. I don't know exactly what 46 centimeters converts into inches. I should have done that before the video. I'll get it put right down here below. But this is the My Life as grill. It doesn't say on it, but I think this is the My Life as grill. Prop wise, I also remember, try to get this out of the thing. Another one of the items that I was really looking forward to getting was this little tablet. So he really needs to be wired. If anyone is, I'm going to do a body review on these MSDs from Impel Doll. They're going to require sueding and wiring. They don't like to stay anywhere. They're not so much kicky, they just don't like to stay. This tablet is as big as his chest. So this would be comparable to like an iPad Pro 12, like a 12.2. One of those gargantuan tablets. So if he's holding it, it's going to take up that whole space. So it's a little large for him. But working our way backwards, I'm glad that was nothing bad. 66 creaky boy, centimeter guy. I'm not really gonna try too hard to keep putting these things in these guys' hands. It would fit fine. It's an appropriate scale. And with the behemoth, who weighs an absolute ton. Same deal. You get into standard iPad and almost realistically almost iPad mini with him because his hands look visually so large. Some of the other stranger items in this bucket is like the sunscreen. If you're really super interested, it's to scale, but it's lotion. Like, you have giant tubes of lotion, you have small ones. Water bottle. I mean, it's a water bottle. Same deal. You have a 20 ounce, you have a 1 liter, you have, it really depends on what you're talking about. So there's a lot of freedom there. But to go backwards, sorry about my shirt. To go backwards to the MSD, I'm trying to keep him covered if anyone's like really bothered by it. I don't really care. With the water bottle, like I said, if you're talking about, is it a 1 liter water bottle? Is it a 20 ounce? It's a matter of imagination. What kind of water bottle are you talking about? To me, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. If I was taking pictures, I wouldn't care. I'll probably never use them for my BJDs. I don't know if I would ever use them for my 18-inch dolls, but if it's your thing, the rake or the shovel, it's to scale. It would not be to scale for the bigger guys, but they fit. If you wanted to show your dolls playing in the sand. Some of the other items that I got in here that are neater, I forgot that I had. Cleaning out the doll closet. I have a blender that's apparently making a strawberry, I'm gonna say margarita. I mean, that's the hand, that's the thing. It's as big as his chest. But blenders are large, so it's appropriate for an MSD. Working your way in the other direction, if you're dealing with something that is like a 66 centimeter guy, you know, he can hold the blender in, you know, one hand. Would it be ridiculous in a photo? I don't necessarily think so. It's all about how you take the photo at that point. This is like exercise. It starts to look a little funny with the 70 centimeter guys. But again, like, if this isn't the background and not the main focus of your picture and you've just got this on a kitchen cabinet or something, I think it would look fine, realistically speaking. Where's your hand? Sorry, these guys are heavy. If you've never held a 70, 71 centimeter guy in full clothes, like, it doesn't look ridiculous, but like I said, you know, it's all about how you take the photo at that point. What I will go ahead and get into now, we'll look at these questions real quick and see if I have addressed everything but the clothes. So, get this guy in my lap, make sure he does not get scuffed. So this is one of the t-shirts, which was paired with a pair of pajama pants. How we're going to do this is we're going to start this with the MSD boy, and I'm just going to slide it on him as if I was dressing an 18-inch doll. and show you how baggy it is, what's left over. Looks like he's wearing his dad's shirt. Because, like, that's what I'm saying. There's, like, no, it needs to be suede and wired. Bad. Like, all of this is excess. I'm going to swap to the pants real quick. That might actually be a really strange fit for the Vendall. See if the pants do any kind of justice whatsoever for the MSD. I don't think they will. I think the proportions are going to be way too strange. Well, you know. So, like, they're high waters. The elastic is just snug enough to keep them from falling down. But there's too much fabric, really. There is. If anyone is really truly interested in me trying on a whole bunch of different clothes on the MSD, let me know and I will. But all of the clothes are basically the same size, and they're going to equal into the same result of everything realistically being too large. However, I will try a pair of shorts on him just to see what it does. Because I think, no, I did bring a pair of, leggings, stretchy leggings over here that would maybe have a little tighter fit. To see if the outcome would be any different. That last set was, in case you're curious, My Life. This set is Our Generation. Oh, this set, oddly enough, is huge. Like, the elastic doesn't even draw in enough to keep them up. So, no. What we will do, however, is I'm going to go ahead and swap over to the Vendall. Invert your ears. Squeakiness ahead. His undergarments and undershirt are so tight, I really don't think they will hinder with any of this process at all. And I remember at a time I was trying Build-A-Bear clothes, because I have a lot of Build-A-Bears on some of my dolls. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. That these were going to turn into, yeah. So, they become like halter tops. Is that what they're called? Like, they expose the midriff, because, like, there's his belly. And in the back, they will not close. Like, I could really, really pull it because this is a stretchy fabric, and I don't know. Yeah, I can get the bottom to Velcro, and that's it. And I have pushed his undershirt up to expose his belly, because that's exactly what you would see if he wasn't wearing an undershirt. Poor guy. I would say he feels exposed, but considering the nature of pictures I take, I think he's used to it at this point. We'll go with the denim leggings next, because why not? These will probably be like capris on him if I had to imagine, providing they get past his thighs. I think if you owned a slim MSD, you would have better luck. I'm gonna have to take off his feet. I can't even get them past his feet. But considering he's a Vendall, the feet removal isn't too big of a deal. I've lost a wig. Feet removal. It's like playing Legos and dollies at the same time. Okay, so for fear of pant damaging, we have to stop. That's it for pants. And this is the larger of the pants too. These fit even larger than the pajama pants did. Unfortunately. So if any pair was going to fit, it would have been that pair. We can... His poor wig. I need to put some blue tack on it. You're just gonna have to be without a wig until the end of this experiment, sir. We will try, because I think it was... Sorry, reading notes. Sighthound lady that was asking about the button-up specifically, which would have been this shirt. I believe this is the only... I've got two different type of button-up shirts. I've got the one that was from Our Generation, which is this one in my hand, and I've also got... one from American Girl, and I'll try them both. Just to see if it's any different, since they close in the front, not in the back. Just to see if we have any better luck. I'm sorry, we're about to lose arms because his joints are getting loose from all the movement. It's my only complaint about the Vendall at this point, that with constant repetitive movement, the joints do loosen with quote-unquote play. Ooh, his hands do not like these sleeves. Am I going to have to remove hands too? It's not so much hands, it's like the arms don't. Let's see. We just lost a forearm. Like I said, Legos and dollies. It's gonna strike before like I completely disassemble him. It's gonna strike in the same place. Kind of reminds you of the Hulk. It's like he started hulking out. And he got too big for his poor shirt. Poor guy. Poor guy. And I am afraid the American Girl would fall into the same category. They're not going to close. They're cut way too short. And obviously there's not much of a point of going into the 70 centimeter guy. He's even beefier than the Granado boy. I hope that has at least shedded some light on 18-inch doll props for BJDs. I remember trying, like I said, with Build-A-Bear, because when I first started getting into BJDs, I have Build-A-Bears, and I had zero success with their clothes. And their clothes are very similar to American Girl. They're not identical, but they're very similar. Their props are very, very similar as well. There we go. Great. But I hope this has been helpful and answered some of the questions. I think that was the big question, was clothes and props and how they accommodate to 70 centimeter, 60 plus centimeter, and MSDs. If any more questions come up about the 18-inch boys, their stuff, and BJDs, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them. I know this video has already went on for 30 minutes. Hopefully that has captured the majority of them. I'll be more than happy to try to help. Hope everyone has a great rest of the night. Love yourself, love each other, love your dolls, everyone else's too. Bye.